guys. Welcome to Audrey's reading area. Welcome, welcome. Shout out to my grandbabies, Korea, Sanaa, David the Third, and Caden. Love you guys. Miss you guys. All right. You guys, please click like and share this video. Share it on your page. Share it with everybody. Don't forget to go to YouTube, look for Audrey's reading area, and smash the subscribe button for me. Thank you. Yes, today's Wednesday. Today is Multicultural Wednesday. Alexa, what national day is today?
While there are no national holidays in the United States on August 9th, it is International Day of the World's Indigenous Peoples.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Happy to help. Hope you had a good Wednesday.
Well, all right. Celebrating the world's indigenous peoples. Yes, Alexa, what time is Audrey's reading area? Alexa, what time is Audrey's reading area?
Audrey reads in her area live at 8 o'clock p.m.
L-I-V, wait, let me do it again. L-I-V-E, live at 8, or live at 8 p.m. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. So guys, put on your listening ears because I've got a story. The Legend of the Blue Bonnets that I'll be reading for you today. Excuse my glasses. I had dropped them and they got run over. And nice lady at Walmart put them back together for me. Fixed them up. You can see they are pretty much cracked. Yeah. See that right here? But I can still read. Well, all right, you guys. The Legend of the Blue Bonnets, a Native American legend. A Native American legend. You see that? Beautiful, beautiful picture. So it's retold by Alan Trussell-Cullen. That's what it looks like. Alan Trussell-Cullen. So, and it's illustrated by Malcolm Stokes. Look at that. And the illustrations are beautiful so far. So I have my Native American prop right here. Jump right into this book, and I'm going to read it to you, so listen up. Long ago in the land where the Comanche people lived, there was a terrible drought. All summer the people waited for the rain to fall so that the plants would grow and the people would have food. But no rain fell. The people waited for the buffalo to come so they would have food. But that year, the buffalo did not come. Then winter came. It was a bitterly cold winter. Without food, the people began to starve. Many died. As winter came to an end, the people gathered together to dance and sing to the beat of their drums and to ask the Great Spirit for help. Great Spirit, they sang, there is still no rain and the land is dying. The people are dying too. Tell us what we have done to make this happen. Tell us what we must do to bring back the rain and give us life again. Among the few children left was a little girl. In the winter, her family had died. The people took care of her and gave her the name, She Who Is Alone. As the little girl watched the dancers, she held a warrior doll made of buckskin. On his head were bright blue feathers from the bird that cries, Jay, 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 in the sunlight. Her mother had made the doll for her, and her father had gathered the feathers. The little girl had nothing else in the world apart from her doll, and she loved it dearly. She loved her doll dearly. Our wise shaman is going to the top of the hill, she whispered to her doll. He is going to ask the Great Spirit to tell him why these things have happened. The people played music and beat their drums as the shaman went up the hill. The sound went out across the dry, cold land. As the sun was setting, the shaman came down. "The Great Spirit has spoken," the shaman said. "We have been selfish. We have taken from the land without giving anything back. The Great Spirit says we must make a sacrifice. We must choose our most valued possession and give it to the fire. Its ashes will cover the earth so the land can give something back to us." The people listened to the shaman with frowns on their faces. "Sacrifice," they said. "What would the Great Spirit want with my new bow?" said a warrior next to the little girl. A woman close to him said, "The Great Spirit couldn't want my special blanket. I spent so much time making it." "I'm sure we'll think of something we can sacrifice to the Great Spirit in the morning," said the others as they made their way to their beds to sleep. I don't know. Sounds to me like they really have been a little selfish, right? The little girl, she who is alone, she went to her bed, but she didn't sleep. Instead, she waited until everyone else was asleep. Still clutching her doll, she got out of bed and stepped outside. She looked around in the moonlight. It was very quiet. The fire they had all sat around had now died down. She who was alone knew what she had to do. She bent down and picked up a stick that was still glowing with heat. She turned toward the hill where the shaman had heard the words of the Great Spirit, and she began to climb. Higher and higher she climbed until she came to the top of the hill. There she gathered together some dried twigs and lighted them with her burning sticks. Then she sat down before the fire and looked up into the sky. What do you guys think that she is going to do? Because it said sacrifice. "Oh, Great Spirit," she said, "my family has died in this famine. My doll is all I have to remember them by. But I give it to you. I give it to you now. Please accept it." She took one last look at her doll, its face and its bright blue feathers. Aww. Aww. And then she threw it into the fire. As it burned, she thought of her family. She thought of the good times they had together and the times when they had held her close. Soon the fire began to die down. When the ashes had grown cold, she gathered them up in her hands and threw them into the air. They were light, and the wind swirled them away to the east, to the south, to the west, and to the north. As the sun began to rise, she who was alone woke up from a fitful sleep. She stretched and rubbed her eyes, but then she stopped. She looked out across the land. All over the hillside, the ground was covered with beautiful flowers, flowers as blue as the feathers that her father had gathered for her doll's headdress, blue as the feathers of the bird that cries, "Jay, Jay, 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 Jay," in the summer sunlight. She who was alone saw the people coming out into the sunlight. They could hardly believe their eyes. There were bright blue flowers as far as they could see. Look at that. "It is a wonderful sign that the Great Spirit has forgiven us," declared the shaman, and the people began to dance and give thanks. As they did so, clouds gathered and a warm rain began to fall. The land began to come alive again. From that day on, the little girl was given a new name. She was known as one who dearly loves her people. One who dearly, dearly loves her people. Aw, she's got the blue wings made out of feather. The blue feathers. So cool. Today, many people believe that every spring the Great Spirit remembers the sacrifice made by this little girl. All over the hillsides of the land we now call Texas, there are beautiful blue flowers called blue bonnets. They are as bright and as blue as the feathers of the blue jay. Wow, beautiful story. Beautiful story. The legend of the blue bonnet, a Native American legend. Thank you for listening, you guys. The end. Thank you for listening. Shout out to my mom, who is always here listening. Shout out to you guys, and my friend Victoria, and my cousin Ellie, who always share my videos. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for supporting, all of you. And I will see you again tomorrow, live, L-I-V-E, live at 8. Live. Yeah, live. I got to do that, 8. Thanks again, here at Audrey's Reading Area, and I will see you then. Don't forget to go to YouTube, Audrey's Reading Area, subscribe.